Hi everyone, it's me Navra Sapkota. Today we are going to present on a small country with less population and GDP have been benefited with the trade. We are in group 9 in international trade and enterprise. The content of our presentation is GDP of Samoa, Tonga and Vanuatu. First of all, what is GDP? GDP is the monetary value of finished goods and services produced in a country border in a specific period of time. The second part of my presentation is country overview. Samoa is an island of South Pacific Ocean, and where the two main islands of this country are Oplu and Sibai. The surface area of Samoa is 2,842 square kilometer, and the population is 195,125 in 2016. Now talking about GDP in past 10 years, which is shown in our graph in our presentation slide. Talking about import and export, the top import goods are refined petroleum oil and iron, poultry, meat, car and frozen fish, whereas top import countries are New Zealand, China, Singapore, Australia and the United States. Talking about the top export material are non-fillet frozen fish, refined petroleum oil and fruit and juice, whereas top export destinations are Australia, America, India and New Zealand. The another part of my presentation is income generating industry and its impact on GDP are food processing and manufacturing of building material auto part industry contributed to 27.1% in GDP in 2012. Along with this, agriculture, forestry, fishing contribute 9.5 to Samoa GDP, and the rest of part is explaining my friend Suraj.
Thank you, Navraj. Now I'm going to describe the country named Tonga. Tonga is the kingdom which is composed of 169 islands, out of which 36 are inhabited. And the main islands are Babayu, Hapai and Tonga Tapu. And the surface area of Tonga is around 750 square kilometers with the population 100,651. And the GDP of last 10 years is shown in the graph. Now I'm going to describe about the import and exports of Tonga. The exports is around 62 millions and their export products are fish, squash, vegetable, coconut, fruit and nuts and banana. And the main export countries are Japan, New Zealand, United States and Australia. Talking about the imports, it import around $200 million and the import products are refined petroleum product, machinery, cars and fruit products. And the main import countries are New Zealand, Fiji, China and United States. Now I'm going to describe about the income generating industries and their impact on GDP. The main industries of Tonga are agriculture and fish industries. These two industries contribute more than 2/3 portion of the economy. In addition to this, manufacturing industries, construction industries, tourism plays important role in the contribution of GDP. Moreover, the government also generates revenue from custom duties, good and service tax and registration charges. Now the rest part is done by Pritha. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Suraj. The country I am going to present is Vanuatu. Vanuatu is an island nation in the South Pacific Ocean with an archipelago of 1,090 miles and in the eastern of northern Australia and western part of Fiji. The land area of Vanuatu is 12,190 square kilometers and the population is 247,000. 80% of Vanuatu's population rely on agriculture and 90% of the population there do fishing and eat fish. The GDP in the past year of Vanuatu is shown in the graph. It was a decline at the beginning of few years, but recently it has increased and ended at $2,921. Moving on to the import and export of Vanuatu, the top imports of Vanuatu are passenger and cargo ships, refined petroleum, planes, helicopters, spacecrafts, delivery trucks and surveying equipment. And the top import origin country are China, Australia, Fiji, New Zealand and Japan. Moving on to the export, the top export goods of Vanuatu are tugboats, non-fillet frozen fish, passenger and cargo ships, copra and fishing ships, and the top export destination countries are Mauritania, Japan, South Korea, Thailand and the Philippines. Moving on to the income generating industries of Vanuatu, it primarily relies on the agriculture, forestry and fish industries, and recently the industry have been supported by tourism and foreign investment. The impact of trade on GDP, because the country is highly dependent on services, particularly tourism and the export goods, the GDP has increased in a certain level. But high import dependence, particularly on the basic food products, have declined the GDP growth to some extent. All the three countries we explained today, like Tonga, Samoa and Vanuatu, are the Pacific Islander countries, and they have a good share of GDP from their exports. And also, because they are the tourism countries, the tourism dependence is high. Thank you very much.